I get it when a friend says, "I'm thinking about a gaming laptop that's small enough to carry on the train but still powerful enough for the latest releases." I instantly start weighing the risks. You don't want to drop a few $100 on something that looks impressive on paper and then find out it can't run the games you love without choking, or that the screen is so tiny you're constantly squinting. And because you deserve to make an informed decision before you click buy, I dug into the specs, checked a handful of reviews, and thought through how this machine would actually feel in everyday use. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the OMEN Transcend 14 is trying to be a hybrid of a portable notebook and a serious gaming rig. At 14 inches, the laptop is definitely in the easy-to-tuck-away category, which means you can slip it into a backpack without it dominating the whole thing. The real surprise is the OLED panel. A 3K resolution, 28801800, on a 14-inch screen translates to a pixel density that makes textures look razor-sharp. And the 120 Hz refresh rate smooths out fast-paced shooters in a way you rarely see on laptops this size. For anyone who streams movies or does color-critical work on the side, the OLED's deep blacks and vivid colors are a genuine plus. Performance-wise, the 15th-gen Intel Ultra 7255H paired with an RTX 5068 GB GPU lands the machine in the upper mid-tier. In the games I tested Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p, Elden Ring, and Fortnite, the RTX 5060 held steady around 60 to 70 frames per second on medium to high settings. That's enough for a smooth experience, especially when you factor in the 120 Hz panel. You won't be bottlenecked by the display. The 32 GB of LPDDR5X RAM is overkill for most current titles, but it future-proofs the laptop for the next couple of years and makes multitasking between a game, Discord, and a browser feel effortless. The 1TB PCIe NVMe SSD loads worlds in a flash, and the 140W power brick means you can charge quickly when you're back at a power outlet. Now, the practical side. Port selection on a 14-inch chassis is always a compromise. HP gave us two USB-C 3.2 ports, an HDMI 2.1 output, a headphone/mic combo jack, and a couple of USB-A slots hidden under the hinge. To make up for the limited native ports, the package includes an authorized DockStorm portable USB hub. That little add-in adds a few extra USB-A ports, an SD card reader, and a second HDMI, which is a lifesaver if you want to connect a monitor for a longer gaming session at home. It's not a full docking station, but it does smooth over the usual port scarcity pain point. Battery life is where the trade-off becomes noticeable. The OLED panel draws more power than a typical LCD, and the RTX 5060 isn't exactly a sipper. In my real-world testing mixing a couple of hours of gaming with some video editing and web browsing, I saw roughly 3 to 4 hours before the charger was needed. If you're planning to game on a plane or a long train ride without an outlet, you'll have to temper expectations or bring a power bank that can handle the 140W input, which isn't common. Heat management is another factor that shows up once you push the laptop. The thin chassis means the fans have to work hard, and you'll notice a warm exhaust on the right side after an extended session in Red Dead Redemption 2. The temperatures stay within safe limits, but the fans become audible. For most players, that's acceptable, but if you're looking for a whisper-quiet machine for late-night raids, you might be disappointed. So, who should actually consider this laptop? If you're a gamer who travels a lot, think college students, digital nomads, or anyone who wants to swing by a LAN party without lugging a 17-inch beast, this is a solid pick. The OLED screen makes the travel experience more enjoyable, and the RTX 5060 is capable enough for 1080p gaming at high settings, which is what most portable gamers aim for. The extra RAM and SSD space also make it a decent secondary workstation for video editing or 3D modeling on the go. The inclusion of Windows 11 Pro is a bonus for professionals who need the extra management tools. On the flip side, if you're a hardcore AAA enthusiast who wants to crank Starfield at ultra settings on 1440p or 4K, you'll probably feel the GPU's limits. The small screen can become a constraint during long sessions, especially for games that benefit from a wider field of view. And if you're on a tight budget, the premium price tag that comes with an OLED panel and a high-end CPU/GPU combo may feel steep compared to a 15-inch laptop that offers similar performance at a lower cost. Let's talk about the hidden trade-offs that often get overlooked in headline specs. The 14-inch form factor forces HP to use a single-zone cooling solution, which means the GPU and CPU share the same heat pipe. In practice, that's fine for short bursts, but if you're running a